Hey guys, I hope you are doing good. In this video, we are going to see another program from the ICSE previous question paper. Write a program using a method palindrome to check whether a string is palindrome or not. A palindrome is a string that reads the same from left to right and vice versa. Example: Madam, Aurora, Abba, and so on. So this was that was our program today. So we have to find whether a string is a palindrome or not. So palindrome string. Our problem today is palindrome string. Okay, so it is a palindrome or not. So it's not a number palindrome. So see, if we have this string as input, so what basically we have to check and find out. Let's see the anatomy of this particular program. Okay, so it's a string that reads the same from left to right and right to left. If you read that from the left to right, it's MADAM. And from right to left also MADAM. So it's same. So basically what we have to do, our main agenda would be, if the reverse of that input string, this is the input string, right? So str and reverse of str, if they both are equal, right? If they both are equal, then only we can comment that it's a palindrome, right? Reverse of madam is also madam, and so we can conclude that it's a palindrome string, right? So whatever string we have, if it's same from left to right and right to left, it's a palindrome. So basically what we will do, we will calculate the reverse of that string. So for that, what we have to do, check. It's a very easy program. Now I will do that with the help of console input. So for that I will take scanner class. Okay, import util.scanner. Semicolon. Now if I am writing the scanner object, this scanner object will help us to take the console input, because scanner class has some methods that helps us to take input, right, from the command window or the command prompt or the terminal window. So basically what we have done, we have taken a scanner class input. Now we have to take the input. So to the user we have to say that please enter the string or the word that you want to check whether it's palindrome or not. So for that we have to give up from like enter a string. Okay. Now for that I have to store that inside a variable, that is str. Now the syntax to read a string with the help of scanner class is sc.next line. We can read the whole line and convert that into a string, and we can read that as a string. Okay, it returns as a string. Reads the whole line from the command prompt and it returns as a string. Now this string str, we have to find the reverse. So for that, let me take a variable, that is rev. I would find the reverse of the string. Okay. Now for that reverse, what we have to do, see, this is the starting index, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. For any other string, this would be the length minus 1, right? The last index is always the length minus 1, since it is starting from 0. So the last index would be length minus 1 only. What is the length of the string? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is the length. And the last index is length minus 1, 5 minus 1, 4. So basically the last index will be length minus 1. Now what about if we run the loop from length minus to 0? Then the characters that I would get, that is AM, A, D, AM, these characters would be from the reversed order, right? If I run a for loop from length minus 1 to 0 in the reversed order, at each index, at fourth index I have them, at third index I have them. So in the reverse order, if I chop out these characters with the help of char@at method, this is a library function method, right? If I supply the index, this method extracts the character at that index, right? So if I chop out these characters from the reversed order, then I would get the characters from the reverse side. So that I can concatenate and form the reverse string. So for that I have to run the for loop from the reversed side, right? From the str.length minus 1 I have to run the for loop. So this is another library function that helps us to give the length of the string -1 since the index ends with length -1. That's why we have to do -1. Now this I is greater than equals to 0, up to which I would run the loop. Up to 0 I have to run the loop, index loop, right? So I greater than equals to 0 and I minus minus. Okay, don't make it plus plus. Many students make mistakes here. It would be I minus minus, right? Okay. Now state of length -1, I greater than equals to 0, I minus minus. Now at ith index, I have to extract the character. So for that, char says equals to str.char function I. Okay, at ith index I am extracting the character. That character I have to store inside ref. So for that I have to concatenate inside the ref variable. So ref equals to ref plus ch. This line would concatenate the characters extracted in the previous line and then add to the reverse. So ref variable will now have all these characters sequentially. First in ref what I would store this m. Then I would chop out a and I would store beside a in. Then I would chop out b, then I would concatenate after a. Because I have written ref plus ch, means whatever ref is there plus after that place this ch. So that we are doing m, then after that a, then after that d. So likewise I am calculating the reverse in this variable. Now once the reverse has been prepared, what I have to do? Once the reverse has been prepared, I have to now check equality whether this reverse string is equals to the original string or not. So I would be using equals ignore case. So I would be using if str dot equals ignore case. Mind that this is together, okay? No space in between. Ignore and case, there is no space in between. So str dot equals ignore case, I have to place ref here. So if str is equals ignore case ref, that means they both are equal. The string from right to left and left to right are same. Reverse of the string and the original string is same. So then I can say system out dot println, it is a palindrome. If the reverse string is equals to the original string, it's a palindrome. Else it is not a palindrome. Else not palindrome. Then function and class is closed. Okay. So we have found out the reverse of the string. And then we are checking whether the original string is equal to the reverse string or not. If it is equal, then it is a palindrome. Otherwise, else it's not palindrome. So outside the loop, we have to write this if and else logic. So that was all about the palindrome program. I am summarizing what I have done. A palindrome string is that string which is same from if read from left to right and right to left. Basically, the reverse of the string is equal to the original string. Now I have taken console input. That's why I have written genport java.util.scanner. And I have utilized the scanner class object by writing new scanner system.in. Now with the help of SC, that is the scanner class object, I have taken input a line, a string from the console window. Next line method reads a string from the command prompt and helps us to read that entire line. So that we are storing in the str. So basically str is the input word, whatever the user is going to give as an input. Now that input we are going to make the reverse of that input string. So for that I have written ref equals to none. Ref is that word in that variable inside which we will store the reverse word. So make the reverse, I have to run the loop in the reverse order. So I have started the loop from length -1 to 0. So I is starting from length -1, str.length -1. Length function gives us the length of the string, and since the index starts ends with length -1, that's why I have written -1. How much the loop will run up to which value? It will run up to 0. Since length is greater than 0, I have written greater than equals to 0. The condition of the for loop is greater than equals to 0. How this index value is going to update? It is going to update by decrementing by 1. So I minus minus, means it will decrease from 4 to 3, then to 2, then to 1, then to 0. -1, -1, -1. So I minus minus says how it's going to get updated. Okay. Now this is the line to get to extract the character at ith index. Now I value is specified in this loop. So at that index we are extracting the character, and that character that is going to get extracted, that is from the end only, right? First m would be extracted, then a would be extracted. If our input string is madam then in the beginning, when in the first iteration, CH would be M, in the next iteration, CH would be A, in the next iteration, CH would be B, and likewise it would sequentially cover all the characters. Now, each time I am extracting the character, I am concatenating that with rev. So, first in rev, N would be added, then after that A would be added to it, then after that D would be concatenated, then A. So, in this way, the characters from the end of the string are sequentially getting extracted and added, concatenated to the rev variable. So, basically we have prepared the reverse of that string in rev. Now, this is happening inside the loop. Once the loop has run, entire loop has run, then after that in the outside of the loop we are checking whether the original string is equals to that reverse string whatever we have prepared here or not. If both the string and the reverse string is equal, then we are printing palindrome, else we are printing not palindrome. Okay, so that was the program on palindrome string. I hope you have understood that. If you face any difficulty, please mention that query in the comment section. I will be happy to answer that and happy to enlighten you. Okay, stay tuned and we will see the implementation in the next video, and we will run the code in the IDE and see what is the output. Okay, stay tuned, stay focused. Best of luck for your exams.